studied for his GED with his instructor, Nancy Larson, at the Current Outreach Center in Rylander. Nancy had this to say about Evan. I first met Evan when a friend of his, who was a current student of mine, brought him in to start working on acquiring his GED. Evan took his orientation pre-testing last October, and by December he was taking his first official GED test. He completed 4 of his tests by semester break in December, and then took 2 more months to work on the much-dreaded math test. Even after his friends stopped coming, Evan continued to come faithfully, and he persistently worked on improving his math skills until the day when we both determined that he was ready to take the official test. From the first day that I met Evan, I saw him as an individual who not only had high goals for himself, but who also had the determination and drive to see those goals through. In the time that I've been privileged to know Evan, I've watched him rise above difficult circumstances and evolve into a young man with more self-confidence, purpose, and resolve. A man who knows himself and isn't willing to settle for less than what he believes he's capable of accomplishing. Please join me in welcoming Evan in his presentation of his journey to success. Evan?
Congratulations, fellow graduates. Each of us celebrates today, each of us remembers the path that brought us to this graduation event. The path that led me here was often a rocky one. I was raised with a lot of family conflict. I'm not going to go into detail, but I will sum it up for you. I was homeschooled from 2nd grade to 8th grade. My mom was the teacher, but my dad would come home and stop us from doing school to go shopping or do other activities. That made it hard for my mom to teach us, but she did something right, or I wouldn't be here. I started taking classes in public school during 8th grade, shortly after my parents got divorced. That created a bomb inside me that seemed to blow up at every corner. I blew off my high school career like it wasn't worth anything. I was a troublemaker, and I was into the goth scene, and, sorry. So I didn't really have many friends, and the friends I did have were all troublemakers, just like me. My grades were mostly D's and F's, and skipping school with my friends to go party was a regular occurrence. I rebelled against my parents, and I had no rules. I created my own rules. And that got me a year of legal supervision and more consequences than I knew how to deal with. At that point, however, I still didn't care. I was a troublemaker for most of my teen life. When I became 18 years old, my teacher told me that I was going to have to stay another year in order to get enough credits to graduate. But I didn't want to be there, so I dropped out of school. For a couple of years after that, I continued to make my life worse and worse, until something happened that changed my perspective. My brother passed away. He was 17 years old, had gotten his HSCD, and was attending Nicolay College. He gave me a reason to do something with my life. In addition, I didn't like hurting others, especially the people I cared about most. I didn't want to be a bad egg anymore, if you will. Through determination and commitment, I was able to complete my GED in 4 months, in spite of having to deal with a number of personal problems and challenges at the same time. During this process, I was not just getting my GED, I was also changing who I was as a person. I expect to continue that kind of positive change for the rest of my life. For my future, I'm going to take the world by storm. I recently got a better job so I can pay off my debts and start saving money. I do plan to go to college once I've met those goals. I want to be a welding technician and use some of my income to fund my music career. I can honestly say I'm excited to see where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing in 5 years. The experience we call life has taught me a lot already. First, I've learned to live life by life's rules, not my own, because that's the only way I'm going to get anywhere. Secondly, I've learned that no matter what I do, there will always be consequences for my actions, either positive or negative. And those consequences will not only affect me, but also the people around me. Thirdly, I've discovered that not everybody is my friend. There's a difference between someone helping me and someone using me. And I choose to be with friends who truly care for me. I would like to thank the staff at the Curran Building and Nicolay College for helping me get through this process. I also want to express my gratitude to my family, especially my mom for doing her best for me, to my brother for inspiring me, to my friends for supporting me, and to all of you for experiencing this day with me. Thank you.